The downside to having a pixie cut or a haircut this short, is the unpredictability of what it's going to do no matter what you do to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be my January favorites. I haven't done one of these in a while. I did plan on doing a December one, but life was a disaster in December, so that didn't get done. But today I do have enough to kind of talk about a January favorites. So as always, I'm going to start with my favorite books and the favorite audiobooks for this month. And my favorite books I've already talked about in my wrap-up were River Secrets and Forest Burn by Shannon Hale. I love this book series so much. I'm just blown away with how much I ended up enjoying the story, the characters, the relationships, the cover change. Like, this is a cover change I could get behind. So I just ended up loving everything about these books, which then segues into my next favorite was audiobooks, and these two were also my favorite audiobooks. I love the way they did these audiobooks with like a dramatized, like an audiobook cast. The voice actor for Finn really portrayed this adorable, lovable, amazing character, and I've talked about this character Finn quite a bit. I really loved him. I also loved Razzo, Rena, like I loved everybody, and the cast for the voice actors were really well done, so I really enjoyed that. This month I actually have movies to talk about because I saw quite a few movies this month. The first movie I saw this month was The Greatest Showman. I really enjoyed that movie. I found the plot to be lacking, and I found some of the things in the plot and the storyline weren't my favorite, or the way some things were portrayed, I was like, eh. But the actual production of the song and dance numbers and the showmanship of it to kind of put the movie in perspective was phenomenal. And the singing and the soundtrack was great. Wasn't my favorite movie of the month though. I then saw The Last Jedi with my friend Pippin, came down for my birthday, and we went and saw not one but two movies in theaters. So we went and saw The Last Jedi as matinee, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it. There was some moments in the movie that I didn't care for, and what I liked seeing in The Last Jedi was a just explosion of female characters. You had female pilots, female bombers, female X-Wing, female admirals ruling everything. You had a female Jedi. You had, just oversaturation of the female population taking over this franchise, which was really cool. Although I did find that the male characters now were almost being less productive and less intelligent in some of their thought processes, and so I think we need more of a balance again. I'm not going to go too much into it and open up this huge can of worms. That's just what I saw. So The Last Jedi wasn't my favorite of this month. The next movie I saw was Thor Ragnarok. So I finally got to go see Thor Ragnarok. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. I laughed so hard when they read Doctor Strange's address out loud. I don't know if you guys caught that when you saw the movie, but I laughed so hard when Thor reads out, or you see Doctor Strange's address, and it was my favorite part of the movie was their whole encounter with Doctor Strange, which isn't a huge spoiler because it is at the end of Doctor Strange, so I'm trying not to spoil things, but that was my favorite part of Thor Ragnarok. Although I do feel like Thor is getting stupider, which is more portrayed to his comic book character than it is the movie characters we've seen him in the past couple movies. So that was kind of a jarring change to his personality. So, again, wasn't my favorite movie of the month. The last new to me movie I saw was Whisper of the Heart, a Studio Ghibli Hayao Miyazaki movie, and I loved this movie. This was my favorite movie of the month. I loved this movie so much. It was so beautiful, so not what I was expecting, but everything I do expect and love about Hayao Miyazaki. Just a coming of age story about a young guy and a young girl, and it was just so beautifully done. And I love seeing how different cultures like Japan just do their day-to-day life, and that's what I like about the Studio Ghibli films, is sometimes just watching them make a meal or clean their house is just as beautiful and well done as the rest of the storytelling. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. So Whisper of the Heart, I love that it was a young girl who didn't feel like her capabilities of writing was good enough compared to the guy that she liked, and that he was so much better than she was, and that she wanted to do her best at her skill of writing, and so she was struggling with that. This great encouragement for her of going ahead, being inspired, polishing her work, working on her work, that it's not going to be perfect right away, but you got to work at it and polish it and smooth it out, and then you find its value and its worth. And that's what I loved about this movie. So I really, really enjoyed this movie so much more than I thought I would. A new category I'm adding to favorites is events. If any events come up or there's things happen. In January, the event was my birthday. I turned 31. Yes, I'm old, but I'm still here and trying to be hip with you guys on the internet. So I turned 31. My birthday was early January, and I had a blast. My friend Pippin, like I said, came down and visited, and we saw Star Wars and Thor Ragnarok back to back in theaters. We went and saw Star Wars in one theater, and then we went to like our cheap seats theater and saw Thor Ragnarok, which just opened that week in that theater. Then we went out to Wendy's for supper. We had waffles with Star Wars waffles with my mom in the morning, which was really cool. I got some great birthday presents. So like I showed you, my mom gave me the Focus on the Family radio drama. My friend Pippin got me a signed copy of Peter Holland's Misty Mountains. This is all his Hobbit and Lord of the Rings inspired songs, and it's signed not once, not twice, but 3 times. He signed this thing 3 times to make sure that I got it signed. So that was really cool. I was really happy to get that in the mail. My older sister got me a Harry Potter mug and a Disney store gift card that I have yet to use, but this is like the golden snitch, like it's Quidditch, that's what I'm looking for, a Quidditch coffee mug to add to my nerdy mug collection. My younger sister gave me money to go book shopping, so I bought the book jumper. And yeah, that was my birthday. I had a lot of fun. I had quite a few of you guys wish me a happy birthday. Breeze from Breeze Books sent me an Amazon gift card, so thank you very, very much, Bree. I got my Time to Speak by Nadine Brandis in the mail the other day. So this book was from Bree, and I finally physically own a Nadine Brandis book. It took me long enough, but I finally got one. My favorite music of the month was the Greatest Showman soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. Rewrite the Stars, This Is Me, like the whole soundtrack is absolutely amazing. The only song I don't like is Never Enough. I don't know why. I don't like that actress is singing. I'm not a huge fan of that song, but all the other songs on there I adore. I went and saw the movie in theaters, and then the next day I went to the record store to pick up a copy because I'm pretty sure we had CDs, you know? No, we're completely sold out. We're still waiting for a shipment. I have 24 of them coming in at the record store, and they're not coming in fast enough because Hoopla won't let me borrow it again. As for my favorite Funko Pop of the month, I had to choose Sam. I got Sam as a Christmas present, and he showed up in January, so I'm going to include him. And I really adore him. I wasn't going to get any Lord of the Rings pops until they started re-releasing newer pops of Sam, Frodo, and then they're releasing Merry and Pippin. They're releasing Aragorn. So it looks like I'm getting Lord of the Rings Funko Pops. So I started off with Sam. And I'm going to throw in a miscellaneous object, and that is going to be this really fuzzy, soft, gorgeous, silky blanket that my mom got free from Superstore. Like if you spend a certain amount, you get a freebie. And this was her freebie, and I've claimed it. So she let me have it. I've claimed it. I'm sleeping with this now. I'm reading. This is the most incredible blanket I've ever owned. Like it's so stinking soft. I'm gonna get rid of one of my other ones so I can keep this one. But yeah, it's amazing. So those are all my January favorites for this month, and even a bit of a sneak peek into my next book haul. So let me know in the comments below what you guys did this month in January and what were some of your things that you did or that you discovered. I would like to hear about those. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!